Greetings and salutations, internet friends, and welcome back to another episode of the First Time Film Club. My name is Emily, your titular first timer. This is Matthew, my husband, Cinema Sherpa, and viewer submitted title, Master of the Movie Universe. And he told me to pick that one. So
yeah, I thought it was kind of sort of fitting for reasons I will explain later. Some of you already know.
Alright. That one was submitted by Raymond Moore. Thank you so much for that. And of course, the most important person that was supposed to be a purr, who mostly was me choking on spit, Pippin. He's our cat. He's fantastic. He loves naps. Sometimes he naps up here. Sometimes he naps anywhere else. So if he disappears, that's where he went. For those of you joining us for the first time, hello. What we're doing here is watching our way through a very long list of movies that typically I've never seen, but that Matthew has, i.e. Cinema Sherpa. That being said, dear heart, I know that this one is a Just Some Superfan Patreon pick. What is the movie we're watching?
Today we are watching the 1986 action fantasy film Highlander. And as per usual, I give you the year, genre, and title. You go in with whatever you already know, then we watch the movie and review it. So, what do you know about Highlander?
Okay. So this is one of those movies that I've heard like snips and bits of as I've grown up, and I think that I've confused a lot of what I've heard.
More than likely.
I think there's a Scottish guy, and he beheads people, but he also controls the weather.
Okay.
I don't really know the plot, but like, I think there's something to do with like there can only be one or only one in the end or something to that effect. So these are the things that I've brought together.
That's what you got?
That's what I got.
Okay.
I guess we'll see.
Well, with that being said, the only other thing for first-time viewers is you may see me with my phone in my hand at some point during the movie. That's because I'm taking notes on things to talk about afterwards.
I'm real nervous now.
Are you ready to watch?
Sure.
Let's do it. I am super ready to watch now.
That was a lot. It's a lot of sounds. Get it together, Studio Canal.
There we go. Canon. One of the symbols of my childhood.
Did you watch this a lot growing up?
Yes.
Okay.
From the dawn of time
good.
we came, moving silently down through the centuries. No one has ever known we were among you. Until now.
Is that Sean Connery?
It is.
Oh, the
Princess of the
princess.
Universe.
Okay. All right, buddy. Queen? Sorry. I was trying to cough silently.
Yes, Queen.
Okay, if Queen's a part of it and Sean Connery, this has got to be a banger. Okay. Are we wrestling? Okay, this is like some low-level backyard wrestling shit. Or maybe not.
No, it's not.
Oh. Oh, no. Oh, no. The lone man stands apart. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'll be quiet. Wait, is that Raiden?
Yeah. Christopher Lambert.
Yeah, that's how I know his name.
MacLeod.
Oh. Oh, that's a cool shot. There's a floor right there. Y'all could run on the floor instead. Oh. Oh, see? Wouldn't have happened if he was on the floor. Well, look at you now. People suddenly got spry. He kind of looks like... Who was that one guy that played the Punisher?
Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see it.
Oh, he said, yeah. Oh, you dead now, son. Oh!
You were right.
Oh, what the hell? Oh! Oh! Good Lord. Oh. Was this shot on location, I wonder?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Gotta perk up the girls.
Remember, you fight with God on your side, Connor. Angus, you and Dougal keep him in one piece, do you hear?
Aye, we all know what piece that is.
That was funny. Oh!
There is one called Connor among them.
Aye.
The boy is mine.
Fight me, damn you! No, that's gonna be kill! Fight me, you coward!
Oh.
Nobody will fight me!
Oh.
They all run away.
Oh.
Fight me.
Uh-oh.
There can be only one.
Yeah.
Another time, MacLeod!
Oh. Oof. That was kind of rough. That was kind of rough.
Yeah.
It is over. Quiet. He's a Highlander, by God. The last sound he hears shall not be that of a wailing woman.
Oof.
Damn it, Frank. Forensics are supposed to be notified the same time as homicide. Holy shit.
Yeah, this one came unassembled.
Shit.
Frank,
Oh my
2
god.
days ago to teletype, there was a guy that was killed just like this over in Jersey. Yeah, but I figure what the hell, that's Jersey.
Sword, Frank. A very rare sword.
You ever get over to New Jersey, Nash?
Not if I can help it.
Talk funny, Nash. Where are you from?
Lots of different places.
You're an antique dealer, right? Okay. What's that?
A sword?
A head which at this time has no name.
I know his name.
Oh. What now? Who is that? Do I know that person?
Clancy Brown. You may know him better as Mr. Krabs.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh my. Oh, fancy.
Who's there?
Nobody.
Why are you asking me about the garden? Have you been following me?
I'd like to walk you home, Brenda.
No, thank you. The follower becomes the followee. Wait. He being followed.
Flip it around.
Oh, got.
Be quiet.
Shut up. Ah! I'm gonna get you. Yeah.
Put down your weapon.
No, thank you.
Put your hands on your head.
Another time, Highlander. I will find you.
Hey, hold it right there.
Hey, don't run away.
They're not listening to me.
I called you Highlander. What did he mean? There can only be one. Only one what?
Listen, lady, you almost...
I want to know.
Shut up! Don't you ever follow me again. You only have one life. You value it. Go home.
Oof. I'm trying. His accent's it's rough.
Well, Christopher Lambert has a particular accent that's on purpose.
What's the matter, Dougal?
You, talking and breathing. And last night all but a corpse.
Would you rather I was dead?
It's not natural. He's in league with Lucifer.
Wow, you had a big old turnaround, eh?
Angus,
You better go, Connor.
I'm not going anywhere.
There'll be no bonding here today. We'll banish him.
No!
Bitch! Well, that was a quick turn. Medieval times. Everybody's got a touch of the devil. It's just a little starter castle, you know. Oh? Huh? Scandals. Yep. What's all this now?
Greetings. I am Juan Sanchez Villalobos Ramirez.
No, you're not.
And I'm at your service.
Who?
I'm working on it, Pippin. Hold on.
You're Connor MacLeod, wounded in battle and driven from your village of Glenfinnan 5 years ago.
What to tell you?
The sensation you're feeling is the quickening.
Oh. So
Ramirez got the drip. See that peacock cape?
I did. I got some questions. I'm trying to decide if I'm okay with this storytelling style. Oh.
Sometimes, MacLeod, the sharpest blade is not enough.
Ish.
These transitions are great.
You look like a woman, you stupid haggis.
Oh.
Haggis?
Sheep's stomach stuffed with meat and barley.
And what do you do with it?
You eat it.
How revolting.
Stop it. Stop it.
I cannot swim, you Spanish peacock.
I'm not Spanish, I'm Egyptian.
You said you were from Spain.
All right, so he's Spanish by way of Egypt, but he's got a Scottish accent.
Yo, what's the problem?
Okay. Oh no! Oh no!
This cannot be. It's the devil's work.
Stupid.
You cannot die, MacLeod. Accept it. You must learn to conceal your special gift and harness your power until the time of the gathering. When only a few of us are left, we will feel an irresistible pull towards a faraway land. Fight for the prize. Come on!
Oh.
Master!
Oh, we got a training sequence? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Never overextend your thrust. You're vulnerable and off balance.
Connor.
Heather, please.
Heather, please. Oh, this is rough.
We must fight until only one remains. You are safe only on holy ground. None of us will violate that law. It's tradition.
Hmm.
Now for the last. Trust me.
No.
Let yourself feel the static.
Are you a warg?
His blood. Coursing. Feel? MacLeod, come on!
I feel
Is this like based off of a book series?
But what I want is a family.
You cannot have a family. We cannot have children.
That won't please Heather.
I was born 2,437 years ago.
Oh dear.
In that time, I've had 3 wives. The last was Shakiko. Her father, Masamune, a genius, made this for me. 593 BC. It is the only one of its kind, like his daughter.
Oh.
When Shakiko died, I was shattered. I would save you that pain. Please, let Heather go.
Sometimes you gotta learn for yourself.
When we first met, you felt ill, remember? That wasn't the first time you felt that sensation, was it?
And a black night. I felt it then.
That black night was the Kurgan. The Kurgans were an ancient people from the steppes of Russia. For amusement, they tossed children into pits with hungry dogs to fight for meat.
No.
He is the strongest of all the immortals. If he wins the prize, mortal man would suffer an eternity of darkness. In the end, can be only one. Unfortunately, the lady was no longer there.
What did you do?
I introduced myself to the lady that was there.
Uh-oh.
Kurgan! Ramirez. is. The Highlander. Where is he?
You're too late. I've prepared him for you.
You waste your time.
Oh. Oh, is that where he gets that scar?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch! Stop screaming, start running! Oh my. This is a trash castle, man. Oh my. Ah!
Who is the woman?
She's mine.
Not for much longer.
Oh, he said pooey.
There can be only one.
Oh no!
Good morning.
This is Brenda Wyatt, Mr. Nash.
We've already met, Rachel. What can I do for you?
What can you tell me about a 7-foot lunatic hacking away with a broadsword at 1 o'clock in the morning, New York City, 1985?
What are you looking at, Rachel?
The eyes in the back of your head. People are asking about you. What am I supposed to say?
Tell them I'm immortal.
Shit. Oh.
Mann mit Bier!
That look like Cindy Lou Who.
What's your name?
Rachel.
I'm like you. I'm alone. Come with me, Rachel.
Oh, God.
Move. Nein! Erst musst du mich erschießen!
Whatever you say, Jack. You're the master race.
That laugh kills me.
How about loneliness?
I'm not lonely. I've got everything I need right here.
You refuse to let anyone love you.
Love is for poets.
Damn. What, where is he from? What's his actual accent?
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. I got.
You never told me what you do for a living.
I work for the Metropolitan Museum. What's that?
It's for you,
Can I open it?
if you like.
Oof. You watched this as a child?
Mm-hmm.
And you were invested in it?
Mostly the sword fighting
Okay, all right.
action bits.
I am not looking for a killer. I am looking for a sword, the one used on Fazil. I found pieces of it under the garden. I dated pieces of the blade at 600 BC. The metal had been folded 200 times. Now, the Japanese didn't start making swords like that till the Middle Ages. So where the hell did it come from?
Oh, she just a nerd.
I've never really known why you stayed.
Because I love you as much now as the first day we met.
Will you light a candle and remember me on my birthday? I wanted to have your children.
Oof.
Let me die in peace.
Got me a little tear. Bless her heart.
Good night, my buddy Heather.
MacLeod, it's good to see you again. Seems like 100 years.
It's been 100 years.
So, the gathering is here. Time's almost caught us, my friend.
Has it?
I think we should have a party.
Oh, no. Remember last time we had a party?
The heavier blade, Mr. Bassett, I implore you. I am fighting this duel, Hotchkiss, not you.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Bassett is waiting, sir.
Tell him I'm ready.
Shit.
Christ, I've gone blind.
Hotchkiss. No, sir. No.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. What the damn hell? What is this movie?
Great.
What the hell?
What the? Who are you? Damn. What does his shirt say? Hey, oh, I see. He's prepped.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all seeing this shit? Mima, what you doing down here?
Mother God.
Mom.
What the actual fuck is going on?
That weirdo man, he got up after I put enough lead in him to drop a rhino. You think you could work with one of our artists, maybe come up with a picture of this guy?
Why does he have a whole bowl of fruit?
He might get hungry.
I don't say anything about sword fights in New York City or guys glowing in the dark, for Christ's sake.
Have you read what it says in here?
You kidding, Tony? You know cops can't read.
Shit.
What does incompetent mean? What does baffled mean?
This cat's the funniest bit of the whole damn movie. Oh, God. What does incompetent mean?
Well, she had the baby and she died.
Oh, so Nash was illegitimate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was illegitimate. For about a minute and a half. He died right after she did.
So what you got here, Brenda, is a guy who's been creeping around since at least 1700, pretending to croak every once in a while, leaving all his goods to kids who've been corpses for years and assuming their identities.
No big deal.
For you, my bunny Heather.
Oh. Oh, you're not supposed to be here. Oh, you're a real bad guy.
Only you and I remain.
Nice to see you, Kurgan.
Oh.
Cuts your hair.
I am in disguise.
Shit.
What do you want?
Your head and the prize.
I hate that. Hate all of it.
Happy Halloween, ladies. Ramirez was an effete snob. I took his head and raped his woman before his blood was even cold. Ramirez lied. She was your woman, and she never told you. Perhaps I gave her something you never could. Holy ground, Highlander! Remember what Ramirez taught you. Goodbye, MacLeod. We will meet soon enough.
I hate your whole head. Just all of it.
I got my next Halloween costume.
I gotta go.
He cares about these helpless mortals.
Of course he cares. He died for our sins.
That shall be his undoing. I have something to say. It's better to burn out than to fade away.
Oh no. You were cool until that. You ruined it.
What are you doing here?
I'm looking for a dead guy named Nash. He died at birth in Syracuse, New York.
Okay, come on. We gotta be getting to the end here.
I've been alive for 4.5 centuries, and I cannot die.
Well, everybody's got their problems.
Shit.
I am Conor MacLeod of the Clan MacLeod. I was born in 1518 in the village of Glenfinnan on the shores of Loch Shiel, and I am immortal.
He said oh before he got stabbed. Why am I this way?
I don't know. You're the worst.
What?
How you doing over there, champ?
I don't any of this. Titties.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only acceptable part of this.
Brenda, it isn't gonna work. I can't get involved, not again.
You know what's weird?
Oh.
Most people are afraid to die. That's not your problem. You're afraid to live. Take care of yourself. Don't lose your head.
Blah.
Hello, pretty.
Come on!
Run.
You ever played chicken? Listen. Which part should I cut off first?
Oh, Lord, she's screaming again. MacLeod, I just gotta ask. Is she really worth it? Will you make a note?
Sure.
Fight coordination. Question mark? She should have said, "Eee!" Oh.
So now it ends.
That look.
What kept you?
What's with them eyes? What?
It's a kind of magic.
Ah, stop it. Oh.
There can be only one.
And that's how he became Raiden. Can you imagine watching this back when it came out? High as shit. You still want to hit that?
Can you tell me about the prize?
It's like a whirlwind in my head. I know what people are thinking all over the world. I can help them understand each other. You're thinking whether or not you can love me. You can. I can love and have children. Live and grow old. You never prepared me for that, you Spanish peacock.
You're at one with all living things. Each man's thoughts and dreams are yours to know. You have power beyond imagination. Use it well, my friend. Don't lose your head.
Is it? Oh. All right.
So, that was Highlander. Your overall thoughts?
Listen, y'all. I'm glad there can only be one because I don't know if I can handle more of this.
I disagree.
Okay, so, all right.
Go ahead.
My biggest issue is I feel like there was a lot of dragging of certain story points that didn't need to be dragged on, and a lot of introduction of things that were like, I felt like some things needed more explaining and the things that got extra explaining didn't need that much. Okay. Like, I would have liked to know more about what was Mr. Krabs' character? The
Kurgan?
The Kurgan. I would have liked to know more about his backstory. I would love to learn more about what's his face? Sean Connery. The Egyptian Spanish
Ramirez.
Yeah.
The Spanish peacock.
Yeah.
Overdressed peacock.
Like, there was like that. Those things were interesting, and I wanted to know more about it, and I couldn't give a crap about what's her face. We got titties. That was great. I got titties. Sean Connery. Sword fight. Okay, so I asked you to make a note at one point.
Yes. Fight coordination ?
So there were a couple of points where it was quite obvious that it was stunt people doing the fighting, and that's when it was nice. Every other time was like, y'all, Power Rangers had better fights.
Well, now hang on.
It was like slow, and like it took me out of the moment so much. I was like, oh no, did they have an hour to practice this? I just felt like a lot of time was spent on things that shouldn't have been, and like we could have jazzed up we could have put more effort into the fight sequences, because that was what this movie's about. It's like fighting people and beheading them with swords. I wanted more time and preparation in something that was so obviously a big point of the story.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't love this one, y'all. I'm sorry. Maybe if I would have seen it as a kid, no, I would have been bored out of my mind.
I think for me, watching it as a kid, it was because it's something I probably wasn't supposed to be watching. This is something like one of my older brothers was like, whenever he had to babysit me, was like, I will let you watch this movie that you're not supposed to watch if you leave me alone and don't tell mom and dad. So
it's a good deal. It's a solid deal.
So maybe that's why I appreciate it more.
Maybe.
And also there was sword fighting, and it just tripped through history. And
yeah. So I think that maybe is the big takeaway for me. I felt like they jammed a lot of information in short ways, and then they expanded on things that didn't need to be expanded on. Like the whole scene with the Kurgan fighting Castile or the dude that he shared the flask with.
Yeah,
you know?
Castigear.
Yeah.
I believe.
Like, that seemed totally unnecessary. Basically, I feel like maybe if this were done like as a book or as like a mini series, you could focus more on the history, which is what I found interesting, you know, going back and getting his background story. The current stuff was kind of like, like I felt like it was rushed in places that I didn't want it to be rushed, and it was padded in places that I was totally uninterested in. Well,
they did do a TV series of this on USA Network. It was with not Connor MacLeod, it was Duncan MacLeod.
Duncan, okay.
Yeah. We can go more into that later, just
okay.
as a side note.
Well, speaking of funny accents.
Uh-huh.
Oh, baby. Where are you from?
Christopher Lambert.
Yeah.
He was born in New York, but his father was a French diplomat.
Yeah, okay.
And they moved when he was 2 years old, I believe. They moved to Switzerland.
Okay.
Lived there until he was a teenager, and then they moved to France.
Okay.
Where he grew up.
Okay.
And like I said it earlier in the film, this was his first like big English speaking role. The only role he had done before that with English speaking was Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, and it was very few words. Okay. And I said his accent was on purpose because he did. Well, first of all, the directors, when they cast him, they weren't aware that he didn't speak fluent English.
How does that work? You know what? I think that speaks volumes about how this movie was made. I'll just go ahead and say that. Like, if they didn't know that they were casting their lead role with someone who wasn't fluent in English, just as I am not fluent in English, like, yeah, all right, that says all you need to know right there.
But yeah, like I said, his accent was very much on purpose, like meant to be done that way. He worked with a dialogue coach to basically come up with an accent that sounded non-specifically foreign.
Okay.
Because he's
from all over.
He's all from all over. Okay.
I can see it, but mostly in my brain, it just sounded like he was forgetting what accent he was using at any given time. So maybe that's just me. Maybe I just have a smooth brain. I don't can't interpret nuance.
No, it's just part of it was as part of the character. Someone who has lived through centuries throughout many different places would have a
layered accent,
yeah.
I suppose. Okay. All right. I'll allow it.
Oh, well, sure they appreciate that.
Queen did the music for this.
A lot of the songs. Quite a few. They were only originally supposed to do one song, but after watching like a rough cut of the film, they were inspired to write more songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Neat. Hope they got paid well. I'm giving this movie shit, y'all. Maybe it's one of those like.
It's fine. It's
after
just
you've
not for
seen
you.
it a couple of times, it really kicks in.
Well,
or-
I mean, no. You would probably be. You would probably be maybe in the majority of people because it bombed at the box office. It was what I saw was an estimated budget between $13 to $16 million, and it only made just shy of $6 million.
Oh, woof. Oh.
So it did not do great at the box office. It later on became a cult hit.
Okay. Like, I can see certain aspects of it that I would absolutely like to delve into more. Like I said, like maybe if it were approached in a different manner. I'm not mad at the concept. I think it's a very neat concept. I just wish that it were explained in a different manner.
It was the storytelling of it and the way the story was told that just
wasn't executed properly in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe seeing it as a kid where I didn't question things as much and just like if I'd seen it now, I would probably maybe think the same thing. But seeing it as a kid first and then seeing it more and more as I grew up and being a part of that kind of cultish like hit group that looked into it and learned more things about it. Maybe that's why I don't give it so much of a hard time.
Yeah. I mean, I understand it. I get it. I just don't care for it.
Oh, you're crazy.
I know.
There is a sequel. There's a couple of sequels to this.
Oh, no.
Yeah. There's Highlander Part 2, The Quickening, and then there was the Highlander series on the USA Network. And then I think there was like 2 more Highlander movies.
But there can only be one.
Well,
he's the last one. Or not.
Guess we'll get to that later.
Or all right. So do you have any notes?
Yeah. So I guess we'll start off with, you said you like Sean Connery.
Mm-hmm.
He was great, even though he's only in the movie for a short time.
That was a travesty. He should have been in so much longer.
Yeah. Well, they filmed all of his scenes in a week.
Wow.
Yeah, because he had some scheduling conflicts, so they had to do it quick.
All right.
That's another thing about this movie is it was a lot of things had to be done quick. It was like a guerrilla style filmmaking.
I can absolutely see that.
You talked about the sword fighting and coordination. Actually, Christopher Lambert not only worked with a dialogue coach to come up with a specific accent, he also worked extensively with a British Olympic fencer and swordsman.
Okay.
So he put in some work.
Look, I am no swords person. Okay. I don't know what all that goes into it. It was just, to my untrained eye, things seemed slow. I'm not saying they seemed sloppy. His form was good. Like, he looked like he was doing business. It just wasn't as fast as I felt like it should have been, if that makes any sense.
All right.
So
there were some other people up for the role of Connor MacLeod.
Okay.
That had to pull out for scheduling things, or maybe they want to do something else. Care to take a guess?
What year was this? 85?
86.
86. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say Mel Gibson.
Yes.
Okay.
That was one of them.
Okay.
I'm just thinking of the 2 ones because I have some notes for them.
Okay. And let me see. One more. Val Kilmer.
No.
Okay. No.
So it was Kurt Russell.
Okay.
He did not do it. He ended up pulling out, and he instead did Big Trouble in Little China.
Good call. Good call.
And the other was Mel Gibson. And what's funny about that is Mel Gibson did not do it. He had scheduling conflicts. And Christopher Lambert was offered the role of Martin Riggs in Lethal Weapon and turned it down. And that went to Mel Gibson.
Well, thank God.
Yeah, I don't know how Lethal Weapon would have been with Christopher Lambert and Danny Glover. I don't know if they would have had the same chemistry.
I can go ahead and tell you, I don't think I could have. I couldn't have if he kept that laugh.
I love it. I love it.
No.
He kept that same. He does the same laugh as Raiden.
It does. I thought that was like Raiden specific. Like, no, that's just his laugh. Bless his bones.
No, it's great. You're wrong. You're just wrong.
That's fair. That's fair. There are plenty of people who don't like my laugh. So you know what, Christopher Lambert, You're doing great.
Let's see. There was almost a real life decapitation quickening on the set. That scene where the Kurgan busts through the door and comes in and like chops the table in half. When they first did it, he came through and swung and hit a candelabra that was right next to Sean Connery's head and almost hit him.
Oh God!
Sean Connery got real upset.
I imagine.
Stormed off set, then cooled down, came back. They said he cracked a joke about maybe we should let your stuntman do these scenes. You know, somebody who knows what they're doing.
I mean, I get it, Sean. I get it. We're on a first name basis. It's fine.
But yeah, Clancy Brown. Apparently, he was, great villain in the movie.
Oh yeah,
very,
absolutely.
Very disturbing, but also like scared people on set. Like people didn't want to. From what the director said, like the crew like stayed out of his way.
Oh.
They were very intimidated by him.
Well, he's an intimidating fellow. I mean, he is quite tall.
But he said, the director also said that he couldn't be any farther away from his actual character because he was always apologizing. Like he apologized to the priest and the nuns there for like anytime he had to say anything blasphemous. He was always like, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
That's my character is not me. I'm a good person."
And have you ever seen any like interviews with him and stuff? Because he goes to like Comic-Con and things like that. Yeah, he's a real sweet guy, even though he plays like these kind of meanies for a lot.
I mean, that's always tickles me because it's like some of the best creepy people are like super nice. Like creepy characters are super nice people, right? So it's a good actor.
So, the opening like battle scene between Clan MacLeod and the Kurgans. The director also said the production team's medical team were kept pretty busy because a lot of the extras were locals.
Oh boy. And
he said they were great. He said a lot of them, he's like, all they really wanted was a nice bottle of scotch at the end of the day. And he's like, but what was bad is they would go to lunch and eat and drink.
And enjoy that nice bottle of scotch.
And come back a little bit inebriated. And their only direction was to make the fight convincing.
Yeah.
So they went a little hard. And there were some accidents.
Oh boy.
So the medical team was kept quite busy. He said, but they were great because he's like, at the end of the day, they would get their bottle of scotch and then they would eat and drink into the night and they'd be on set, ready to record, like ready to film the next morning, like always on time.
I do get very much that they were just like, okay, fight. Like that there wasn't a lot of instruction, there wasn't a lot of coordination because it did seem, again, kind of sloppy, kind of messy, kind of probably like an actual battle would have been. And I'm spoiled. I've seen some like really good, like high level fighting. And so like, I guess that's where my brain is at. So I have to turn that off for older movies that aren't as good.
Oh, so yeah, there's another thing that maybe lend more to your thoughts on how the movie was made and the quality of it. That voiceover in the beginning from Sean Connery, if you remember, you could hear kind of like an echo of it. That's because he was staying in a Spanish villa working with a dialogue coach, and he recorded it in the bathroom there. So that's where the echo came from, and it was played to the director over the phone, and he couldn't hear that echo. So that's why it got approved the way it was.
That's hilarious, and yes, speaks volumes.
There were some quite a bit of like deleted scenes and things like cut from the movie that may have helped expand upon things and flesh out the story more. But unfortunately, they were lost like forever because there was a warehouse fire.
Oh shit!
So if we don't get those, we only know about them through writing. Another note that kind of goes with what you're saying, how this might work better as a TV series, and how you said you wish some things were explained more. So in the movie, you heard Ramirez tell MacLeod that he's safe on holy ground, that they won't fight on holy ground, even like everybody respects it, even the Kurgan. In the TV series, they actually kind of go more into depth about why that is, like why they don't fight on holy ground. It's because back in the day, in Pompeii, an immortal did kill another immortal, and that was what ended up being the triggering effect for Mount Vesuvius exploding.
Well, okay then. All right. Good reason. That's a good reason not to do that.
Right, well, that's pretty much all the notes I can think of.
Okay.
So, you want to rate it?
You guys.
Careful. Tread lightly.
This one wasn't my favorite.
Yep.
As I've said, there was a few things that I could have, I would have enjoyed if they would have done a little bit differently. I'm gonna give this one a 6. This one's a 6 for me. I enjoyed the Queen songs, and I loved the on location shots. Like, things were beautiful. There was a couple of funny moments, and then there was the rest of the movie.
The whole duel. Just keep stabbing.
Yeah, that was funny. That was very funny.
I've gone blind.
That was good.
No, it's fine if it's not your favorite. I would always prefer you to be honest rather than,
6 is still pretty high, y'all. I mean, all things considered, it could be much lower, but I enjoyed certain aspects of it. So 6 for me.
Okay, fair enough.
What about you?
7.5.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Pippin. Pip. Oh, he is. Oh, he's just like.
Napping hard.
What would you rate this one? What? 10 Highlander beans? Okay. Oh, what? There can only be one Pippin? Just a
yeah.
That was adorable. You're precious. Okay, so 6, 7.5. 10 Highlander beans. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to let us know. Make sure to like it. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Subscribe for Pippin. It makes him happy. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. That's all from us. We'll see you next time with another First Time. Bye.